इस समीक्षा में आइए समझते हैं द मैथ फॉर्मूला रिविजन ब्लूप्रिंट. If you've ever stared at a thick, totally intimidating textbook and felt that wave of absolute overwhelm right before exam day, well, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to get you some much-needed clarity today.
Let me ask you something that might hit just a little too close to home. Why do we study so much, pour in all those hours, and yet still fail to get good marks? You know the drill, right? You skip hanging out with friends, you burn the midnight oil, you literally pore over page after page of crazy complex equations. It's just go, go, go. The clock is ticking in your head with every single practice problem. You're putting in so much sweat and tears, but then the results come out, and the numbers on that report card, they just don't match your effort. Man, it is incredibly frustrating. It's like sprinting as fast as you physically can on a treadmill and getting absolutely nowhere. Let's fix that. And that brings us to the ultimate academic nightmare. The day before the exam, you're desperately trying to memorize every single formula, but your mind just goes completely blank. Look, I know that feeling intimately. It is crushing. The night before the test, the pressure is through the roof, and you're frantically trying to cram every theorem and property into your brain before the sun comes up. Then the panic sets in. You look at one simple practice question and nothing. Just a vast, terrifying emptiness where your math formulas should be. I just want to pause for a second and validate that. That dread, it's totally real, it is painful, and absolutely, you are not alone in feeling it. So, take a deep breath, because the painful truth here, it actually isn't what you might think. The problem is not your effort. You're smart, and you're working incredibly hard. The real culprit holding your grades back is simply a broken revision system. It's kind of like trying to build a complex house, but someone handed you a spoon instead of a hammer. Once you realize the hard work is already there, and it's just the strategy that's actively failing you, honestly, everything changes. It is such a massive psychological relief to realize, hey, I don't actually need to work harder. I just fundamentally need a better system to channel all that amazing effort. Okay, let's dive into this, because this right here is exactly where we fix the problem for good. The solution isn't some magic trick, it's structured engineering for your brain. Meet the Math Formula book. And listen, this isn't just another boring textbook destined to gather dust on your desk. No, this is the definitive structural solution to your exam anxiety. We're essentially taking all that scattered, frantic midnight energy and focusing it into a single high-impact resource, one that actually works with your brain's natural memory processes, instead of constantly fighting against them. Let's break down exactly why this methodology works so beautifully. It really boils down to 3 core pillars. First off, it's got absolutely all the important formulas. Period. No more second-guessing what might or might not pop up on the final test. Second, it uses strict, intuitive, chapter-wise organization. Everything is logically compartmentalized, so your brain can actually map out the entire syllabus. And third, and this is for sure the best part, it comes packed with easy tricks. It's this specific combo, right? The complete list, the logical mapping, and those awesome memory tricks, that's what creates a completely fail-proof system. You're not just passively leading anymore. You are systematically installing these formulas into your long-term memory for instant recall. And this brilliantly illustrates how the whole transformation happens in 3 incredibly simple steps. Step 1, it's easy because all that unnecessary, confusing textbook fluff is completely stripped away. Step 2, it's fast. You aren't desperately hunting through hundreds of dense pages just to find one single equation. And step 3, it is totally stress-free. Seriously, imagine waking up on the morning of your math final and actually feeling calm, collected, ready to go. This tool takes that chaotic, overwhelming reality of cramming and permanently streamlines it into a smooth, predictable, and incredibly calm experience. It's a total game changer for your nervous system. This all builds into a completely new mindset for your academic career. Think about RADA, rote learning, that old, painful, mind-numbing habit of just repeating things out loud until your eyes literally glaze over. It's super inefficient, it's frustrating, and honestly, it's exactly what leads to that terrifying blink mind phenomenon we talked about earlier. Instead, we have to make the shift to smart study. This is the crucial mental shift you absolutely need to make today. Stop relying on brute force memorization. Smart study means actively using patterns, those clever memory tricks, and structured organization to make the info stick naturally. It's time to ditch the old ways that are failing you and totally embrace a smarter, much more efficient approach. Now, I want to be super clear about your practical next step here. There is a strict, limited time price constraint on this right now. You absolutely do not want to wait until the stressful night before the exam, panicking, to finally realize you desperately need this system. The window to grab this resource at this highly accessible price is closing fast. So I'm strongly urging you to take decisive control of your study routine right this second. Head directly down to the link in the description below and get your copy immediately. Secure the exact tool you need to succeed while it's still available and while the price is totally in your favor.
So I'm going to leave you with this final, incredibly important question to think about as we wrap up. Are you going to rely on a blank mind tomorrow, or will you actively choose the right system today? The stakes here are real, guys. We're talking about your final grades, your academic confidence, and honestly, your peace of mind. You have the power to just completely abandon the anxiety of flawed memorization and step right into the clarity of a smart study system. The choice of how you perform on that next test, it is entirely in your hands. Take action, secure your copy, and get ready to walk into that exam hall with absolute confidence. You've got this.